Hey Flames fans, Brad Burud here. Another Flames Unfiltered short. And yeah, I'm sitting on my couch Sunday afternoon watching some hockey, some football, sitting in my spot that I watch most Flames games. I've had to change the way I watch Flames hockey this year. Not because, well, a lot of reasons. For, a long time, my happiness from day-to-day life was based on wins and losses, win streaks, and losing streaks, which, when I think back to those days, that's not really fair to my family and everybody else in my life. This year, watching Flames hockey, I haven't been mad at all. I've accepted reality. I've accepted who this team is. Unlike our management, that's a topic for our next podcast that my co-host Kyle Lewis and I do. I think it's time when we watch Flames hockey this year to focus on what's really important and embrace the youth on this team. And what I've started to do, I never was a prospects guy. I never was shooting Calgary. We really never had to be, did we? But now I watch players' development. I want to see how Coronado develops this year. I want to see if Connor Zary can find his game. I want to see, now injured, Sam Honzek take a step. I want to see Dustin Wolf continue to do well and Devin Cooley solidify himself as a strong backup in the National Hockey League. I'm paying more attention to the Wranglers and how Hunter Brestevich is doing and how Matvei Gridin is doing. I didn't do that in years previous. I'm watching prospects, guys that we've drafted previous years in the NCAA, like Cole Reshney. I'm watching junior hockey a lot more this year and a lot more NCAA hockey, where I'm following guys that we could potentially draft in this year's draft. I've watched a lot of Connor McKenna. I've watched the young stars of the Verhoff in North Dakota. I've watched a lot of those guys. We can't change the way ownership views this or how they're portraying it to us, which may not be exactly the way it is. We can hope, right? That's what's getting me by. But it's okay to be mad at the ownership and mad at the management, but we can't let that change who we are as a Flames fan. It's been I've had to adapt when I watch games because I don't want to be angry. But one thing I found this year too, when you flip the script on that, is I haven't been real happy when we have a game like last night where we took on Dallas and win in a shootout, and it's a strong game for the Flames. I didn't have that excitement when we won that in the shootout. Not because I want us to lose, but I do want to make sure we solidify ourselves as a team that gets that top 3 pick. And I guess I'm not Team Tank, but I'm also a realist that if we're going to move this team along, we need to get high-end talent. We're so desperate need of high-end talent. And the way we can do it this year is to embrace this. And not embrace being a loser, but embrace the opportunity of getting a high pick this year. Because let's face it, this team's not even close to a contender and needs a ton of help over the next few years in the draft and developing the young talent that we also have already. Management will listen to the fan base because the fan base pays the bills. And I'm not saying don't go to a Flames game. I'm just saying that just watch. I have faith that it may not go exactly like we want, but I got a feeling that there'll be some changes that will get us excited. And other things as a Flames fan that we should get excited for is the new arena. It's coming. It's coming quick. It'll be here before you know it, and it's going to be great. We should also get excited for the moves that will have to be made, whether that's the Anderson or a Coleman deal or a Kadri deal. Reality will set in to management. They're in the inner works. It's harder for them to get a grasp because they're the one pulling the strings. It's hard to accept defeat. But they're going to have to. And they're going to have to move these guys, and they're going to have to maximize their assets for future success. And that's really what we want, and that's where my eyes are now. I get more excited watching now for good plays and strong, smart plays by young players. Big saves by Dustin Wolf. We've had to shift gears. We've had to shift gears as a Flames fan. And I think in the end this will be better because I'm tired of being, fighting for a playoff spot in 1 year, out the next, in 1 year, out the next. We need to develop a team where we can watch them in the playoffs 6-8 years in a row. That's the plan, right, Flames fans? I'm thankful that we have a team in Calgary. I'm thankful for the ownership for staying in Calgary through some tough times. But I'm also think it's time for ownership to step up and show Flames fans and give Flames fans what they really want. And that is a youth movement. I know they can't come out and say it and give up their hand, but they've got to give us signals, right? They've got to give us signals. And they should get on the media right now and calm the waters, right? We're going to organically, is that the right word? I don't know. We're going to get a top pick because we're not good. And that's just reality. And that's just fine. Let's embrace that. Their play right now is going to force a youth injection, right? So we just need to count on that and be thankful that things aren't going great this year. And yeah, I want a winning team. And I want a winning team right away. And let's hope with the right moves we can have that in 2 to 3 years. Time will tell. But we can't be angry. We can't be upset when we watch Flames hockey. We need to support the team, support the players, and move forward and cheer on Flames hockey. And hopefully things will go the way this fan base wants and deserves. Make sure you check out Flames Unfiltered every single week. Kyle Lewis and I put out an hour-long, 45 minutes to an hour-long podcast every single week talking everything Calgary Flames hockey. You can find us at flamesunfiltered.com and all of the major podcast players and, of course, YouTube too. Have a good week, Flames fans. Enjoy a Sunday night battle with the Vancouver Canucks.